You
Lord.
did? I tried to talk to you when you were leaf blowing.
What I was what?
She didn't hear about it. No harm, no foul.
Oh, you were walking your dog?
Yes.
No, or walking. Okay, I didn't realize it was you.
I was in a chatty mood.
Okay, well, if I had noticed,
Did you
I don't
do
wear my,
this with
I
the
don't wear
blower?
like real glasses when I'm outside working.
She was the one.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
So you
boy,
didn't recognize
I went
me.
to the dump today twice. I was like,
Wow, I can't afford to do it twice. I come back with
oh,
too
no, it's
much.
just with leaves. It's just with that. It doesn't cost anything. But I chat a lot with Don in the little box. But
Oh, he's got a nice truck. I wish I made as much as he did.
his little Jeep that he's got there,
Yeah, oh,
that day glow.
yeah,
I did all the front yard yesterday and I did the backyard today. And then I was eating dinner and I thought, I didn't eat lunch, so I ate dinner early and I thought, oh crap, it's Thursday. When you're retired, it's like, what day is it? Like, okay.
And I want to apologize to the group for missing last Thursday because I really did have
I
questions.
know, we missed you.
And I'm going to throw in my question. You did not, and I know it. Don't even try with me.
Oh, you said you did. He said he missed you.
You know, people say a lot of things, but this is.
And I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Oh, that's okay. I feel better now.
I just shut off my machine and talked to you.
I was just so
then
chatty
you-
and I'm
then
like,
you-
nope, she's busy.
Then corporate would have called. Charlie,
Michael,
oh my God, son.
He's still dumping.
what? Did you say, oh my God?
He
I
did.
said, oh my God,
He's calling
you
me.
scare me.
You're
You
his
know,
boss.
as I watch, I'm coming up and I'm turning 60. So as I watch my elders move
You're
into,
59 years old?
I am,
You're nothing but a punk.
I know
can't
that.
believe
See,
I
and I've
I
heard
can't
that
believe I
said
slowed
before
down in
about
front of
me.
Why do I slow down in front of your house?
He's not even 60 and he's not collecting social security. He's not on Medicare. You know,
He's a misfortunate.
you don't know what you're missing, actually.
Peter, can you hear us?
Trust me, I'm missing it.
I'm sure, yeah.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
I missed you.
See?
No, you didn't. I was right there.
It was
But
hysterical
we didn't see
when
you much.
you started to
Fine.
speak. I thought you were speaking to somebody else. I'm like, oh, I wonder who he's talking
I'm in my
to.
room by myself, like I'm supposed to be. Counselor,
True.
long time no see.
You don't watch all
Are
the
you
meetings on
healing?
Zoom?
Hmm?
You don't watch all the Zoom meetings?
What meetings?
Aren't
The
city
council
council
meetings?
meeting, aren't they on Zoom?
Yeah, I do. I have been going, attending those because I've been on the road or far away. So it's actually worked out very well.
And you all unanimously endorsed the WOW Trail this past week. It was in the Union Leader,
Was it?
but it was not in the Laconia Sun.
Wait, you did what?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't see
think
it.
was a front page thing.
So what
No,
did
it
you?
was talking about it, but they didn't. It was right after the meeting. I think it was Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
So what was
Yesterday
done?
morning, it was in the Union Leader saying you unanimously endorsed it,
Unanimously endorsed what?
the WOW Trail.
What does that mean?
The
Unanimous-
WOW Trail that has the new, it's called the Opeachy Loop.
Oh, where's it gonna go?
Street, a little bit down the
It's gonna
road,
go,
to
yeah,
the
up
left,
down into the
all the
state
way
school.
down Shore
I like
Drive.
it.
Shore Drive people
I
are
may
really
have gotten
happy.
one person.
Shore
but
Drive?
That's
All the way
for
down,
Where
this
on Shore
city,
Drive?
that.
from one
is
end to
very
the
good.
other.
Okay,
Oh,
but you're not
it's
telling me
Peter.
where, in the road? In the road?
They're
Not
not gonna
behind
take,
people's homes. but in
Peter
the
says
road.
he,
On the road.
Well,
he's
that's-
in the
so
waiting
they're not
room
gonna
and
take any of our
would like to
property?
be let in.
Be out in the road, and it's just gonna be painted lines from what I.
Because it's not, the road's not very wide.
That's, you
Oh,
know.
good, so maybe they'll lower the speed limit on it.
like I said,
Test.
it's-
They were trying to talk
So
to you.
they could lower the speed limit
you hear
because
them? Would you like
30 is
people-
too
wait.
fast to have those bicycle people and they go 50 and 40 now.
Bicycle.
Oh, stop
Yeah.
it, stop
They
it.
do.
People are doing 50 miles an hour Shore Drive
Oh,
Road.
yeah. They turn that
Come on,
corner and they
come
think they're in
on,
the
come
Indianapolis
on.
Speedway.
If I just get my
Stop
lipstick to
hallucinating.
match, I'm
How much
having a
you
good
do?
day.
Ask the
You know, I've
police
been
to
trying
put
to
a
get
thing
my
down there, and I can
I have
assure you,
asked them.
We can
I
do
have like
ribbons
this
in
fair
the
driveway
beard.
out front of my.
50 miles an hour.
I
It'd be
do.
almost impossible to make that.
During the
curve.
summer, we get the people, as soon
Like
as
to
they do the
start on
curve,
time.
they gun it.
I'm already
Well,
4
got it up
minutes
to
late.
35, but
My
I don't think
anxiety
And
is going up.
Sally, who's right at the curve,
Oh, we're usually able to do this in 15 minutes.
Sally, who's right at the curve, she's built a berm out
Maybe
front
you
of
can
her
get her to
house.
pass a rule to get out, people can out push their cars.
So as soon as we get the
That'd be
Zoom
good.
going.
As long as you're pushing.
I
yours.
think 20 would be good, and then they can go 30.
Jesus.
But-
Honest to God, you know, it's just.
You can't make.
You
women
wanna,
happy.
you wanna do the police patrol on the roller
You know,
coaster sometime?
I just
I
think,
need
you
a
know,
gun.
Do we have
as far as bicycles go, we need, you know, bicyclists need a better spot to be further off. the road.
Really?
Where
No
is
matter
he
what
in
the
the
speed,
waiting
You got
room?
5 here.
Whether
now.
it's 5
Well, then
miles
it's
an hour
gonna
or
slow
not, if
people
you get,
down, I hope.
if you get hit by a
Where's,
car.
where's
Three.
Peter?
It's only 3
5
minutes.
miles an hour, it's gonna do.
We're
very
good,
bad.
right? Okay,
So-
great.
All right,
They
Did
need a
ever,
better
did
spot
you get
for-
Peter on?
For bicycles to go.
Chief,
And they need,
you mount them, loading them back in again.
bicycles and pedestrians need to take more
He said
responsibility.
there are no good
I hope
snacks.
that it can slow down traffic a little bit. I'm just one of those.
Yeah, well, I go slow, but I don't need
I
to be.
haven't seen you on Shore Drive.
Okay, it'll take me that long to read this, so I'll
Actually,
just
she's-
go ahead and start.
She's called me a lot. about Walter. Very unhappy about it.
Welcome. That's okay. This meeting will be held in person in the noticed meeting room. In conformance to NHRSA 91A, a quorum of the board's members must be present, which we are. The public can choose to attend and participate in person or by Zoom. If something occurs that disables access to Zoom, the meeting will continue regardless, and members of the public or board members using Zoom will have no recourse. Using Zoom requires the use of an enabled device. To participate on Zoom, use the following link: us02web.zoom.us/J/853-896-60543. Webinar ID is 853-8966-0543. To view this meeting, YouTube under the City of Laconia, youtube.com/Laconia NH. And do we have our board member on?
No, he's logged back off.
He's back.
It's probably muted.
I was just gonna say, is it a mute thing?
We don't have him muted. Peter, is your volume up on your mic, on your computer?
That
So
guy-
why
it's
punish
this-
everybody?
What's this Mustang that goes by in the summer?
Why punish everybody? Why punish everybody? 20 miles an hour.
Traffic in the Wow Trail.
No, it's not on our end, because I logged into my phone and I can talk.
I don't want to hear.
Are you able to hear us?
No, I just want.
Oh, you really are tucked up.
Well, he sent me a message.
It's not on our end, because I logged in on the Zoom app on my phone and I could get in and
Yes, that's right.
talk and hear at the same time, so.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get that straightened out. In the meantime, Karen, want to go ahead and do a,
Call the roll. Robert Hamel,
Here.
Bruce Cheney, Charlie St. Clair,
Here,
Gail Ober, Jane LaRoche,
Here,
Mark Haynes, Michael Foot,
Yep.
Paul Dugan,
Here.
Peter Burnett is And Stacy Susie.
Here. Our recording secretary is Karen Santoro, sorry. Staff is Rob Mora. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from previous meetings? And sounds like we can accept them. And the exciting part, we have public input. No pressure.
None taken. Hi, my name is Sean Cox. I'm at 12 Hillcroft Road in Laconia. I'm here to speak in support of replacing the culvert slash crossing slash bridge under Hilliard Road. It's at the lowest point. The Hilliard Road is about 2 miles long. This crossing is the lowest point, kind of at the, for lack of a better term, it's listed as the headwaters in the document. I'm on page 25 of 71 in the 2021 CIP package PDF, and very well described. And I'm a retired teacher, science, health teacher, athletic trainer. I'm not an engineer. I've only owned that property at 12 Hillcroft for about 18, 19 months, but that crossing, bridge, culvert, it's in bad shape. DPW has been down there about once a month since June. The culvert's been there at least 50 years. I spoke with a neighbor on Harglen, which parallels Hillcroft. And she grew up on Harglen, and it was there 50 years ago, this crossing. I spoke to a neighbor on Hillcroft who's been there for 25 years and says that was improved about 20-ish years ago by adding more culverts to it. But it's in bad shape. There are huge granite slabs that kind of comprise the walls of it. They're probably 4 to 8 feet long and 6 or 8 inches thick, and they move. I sat on one to fish in August, kind of hanging out, relaxing and all that. And there's been a lot of traffic over that. What used to be, from what I'm told, a very quiet area. Harglen and Hillcroft has become busier. There's 41 houses there, and most are not full-time, but there's 41 houses between the two roads. But sitting on the crossing, a lot of vibration. And you can be on big, huge bridges which will vibrate, but the rock I sat on was in the cove 2 days later. So Wes Anderson has been great to talk to. He's been very responsive. The city actually has to come down often. I alluded to it probably 5 or 6 times, because the culverts are plugged by beaver activity. They take a tree log, 20 feet long, they grab it with an excavator, and they use it as a big plunger to clean out the material from these old steel culverts under the road. Probably not very good. If it gets the job done, probably not very good for the culverts. The big concern is that 2 summers ago, the area on the unapproved side of Hilliard was logged, not extensively, but for 6-8 weeks. And they were running tandem pulp trucks across the crossing. They can run 80,000 pounds, 100,000 pounds. This summer's been the summer of 10 and 12 wheel dump trucks loaded with material. Some of those have gone onto Hillcroft for people doing driveways and bringing in crushed stone. Some have gone up the unimproved side of Hilliard because the person who had it logged is bringing material in. They've added some material to that unimproved side, but those trucks also run 40,000. I mean, the logging trucks are 40 or 50,000 pounds. The dump trucks aren't much less than that, from what I can tell. But it's in here to start studying it, and I'd like to support that. It's marked as a need, and as for need, I wonder if it could be urgent. My concern is that if something were to happen to that, for example, if one of those heavy vehicles were to crush the culverts, making it impassable, now we have no emergency service to get out to us. I think there's only 5 full-time households on Hillcroft right now, but as one of the 5, heaven forbid something bad happens, I'd like someone to come and help me out, and that would be harder if that were the case. As an athletic trainer, I'm a hope for the best, prepare for the worst kind of guy. So I'm hoping for the best, but I really need Laconia to prepare for the worst. So I just want to speak to that. It's very well described on page 25 in terms of It's state, Laconia has had it studied, and the engineer studying it believe that it's in poor shape, that it's failing. And Wes Anderson tells me that if you act on this now, on the process, it'll take 9 years for action to actually take place on it. 9 years. So I don't know. I know it's been looked at before. I know it was graded in 2018 in terms of the grading system you folks have to kind of decide what order work should be done in. Makes a lot of sense to me. But it was graded in 2019 at a lower level and graded in 2020 at still a lower level. So I just, it needs work. Mr. Cheney is our Ward 1 counselor. He came out a couple of months ago. He looked at it, stopped by my house. We chatted about it for a while. So he certainly knows about it. And in his police chief capacity, he tells me he's very familiar with it, that he too said it had been there for quite a while. So it needs attention. I hope I'm still around in 9 years. We love where we're at. I grew up in Derry, lived there my whole life, including my 39 years teaching, even though I taught 2 towns over. But Laconia has been great, and I'd like to stay here. But I'd also like you guys to come and bail me out if something bad happens to me. So, can answer any questions to the best of my 18-month knowledge, if you have any.
Did Wes Anderson tell you why it was gonna be 9 years before they would get to that?
He said that's just how the process goes.
Huh.
He said it would have to be part of the state's bridge replacement process. And right now they're looking at adding items to the 22 to year 2032 cycle. And I think that's where the 10-year span came from, was using part of the cost from the state of New Hampshire. And that is what puts it at that time frame, as I understand it.
I would look to Councilor Hamel and,
You know, what he said is true.
yeah, but if there was a real emergency there, that's not a state road. So if there was a real emergency, I mean, something bad happened, the city would have to, whether they had the bond or borrow or something, they'd have to get that fixed.
Well,
You know,
I
something
imagine
bad
they would
happened.
put it in as a bridge project through the state.
Yeah.
So it's 80-20 on that. But it's so far out now. And you're looking to do Academy Street. Well, that's been on for a while.
When we're gone.
When we're gone. Then the footbridge over here when we're gone.
Unbelievable. It's really just ludicrous.
I forget how many red bridges there are
Oh,
everywhere.
This is
It's just
Starlink from
mind-boggling.
what we're talking about. That's way beyond red. But thank you.
Michael.
You know, being from the Weirs, this is near and dear to my heart, especially being Hilliard Road. And one of the things that I was going to ask, and I'm going to apologize to the group for missing last Thursday, because I really did have questions. And one of the ones I would have asked here is building on conversations that we've had with the master plan steering committee and Mr. Peter Brunette, in building a recreational trail, or at least making a recreational access through there to preserve the right of the community to move in and out of here. I look at this $20,000 and I say, well, gee whiz, is there going to be any idea for a bicycle passageway here
On Hilliard Road.
on Hilliard Road? And I'm looking at this because I really do believe in the ripple effect here. We're looking at the good development we've had here in downtown Laconia and Lakeport. And now we look at doing the WOW trail around some of our inner areas, building upon our infill and where we expect to see the most growth. But certainly in the ripples, as we're looking down the road, and if we are to believe that this is going to be 10 years down the road, first, let me say my disgust and shame for that. But this bridge really should take into account the traffic that's going to be there. Living on Roller Coaster Road, and when we put in the pump station and stuff like that, no one actually took into account the fact that you might want in a dangerous section of the road to have a sidewalk. And now with Beaver Pond Estates and 47 new units there and others to come, one was a 22 unit, which did not come to fruition here on Roller Coaster. What it does, and I will say what it is, having lived here for more than those 50 years, is it increases the traffic. The pedestrian traffic, the dog walking traffic, the bicycling traffic. And so if you don't take into account making these passageways wide enough to accommodate what we hope to see in the future, then that would be remiss on our part. That's all I got.
Peter is hearing everything, but he can't turn on his video or
Is he waving?
be heard. So I just asked if he'd want me to, and he's just listening.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's
Oh, I
God.
think we got him.
It's God.
Well, hello there. Every time I attempt to turn on the camera, it says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it. Who's the host? They're not referring to the Eucharist. No.
We can hear you. If you want to add in anything.
No, so far, I think Mike has covered the Hilliard Road thing. You all know where I stand on that. Any infrastructure improvements in that area, I think should have top priority.
Excellent.
Consideration. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. We definitely, we enjoy hearing from the public. Any other comments? I assume there's nobody else on Zoom that would like to say anything.
Sean Cox, I think, maybe you have a same name, or- Oh, maybe your wife may be listening. But you said your name or where? That's the only other agenda.
Okay. Okay, then. I think we are off next week, and then the next meeting is when members talk about what they feel is a priority.
Yep.
Right.
So, the score sheets will be due to the planning department by the 28th, Thursday. And then we'll compile all those and I'll send you a list of where everything's stored. And we'll be back here for November 4th. And we can discuss all those things. Or if they choose to decide to move something up or something down from where everything's on the score.
Definitely feel free to come back. There should be other members here at that time also. You are definitely welcome to come back and hear the score sheet results.
Can't talk, but you can watch. I'm kidding.
Unless he participates at the highest level.
Public comment. you know.
Definitely feel free. You're the first person I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
I'm excited.
Oh, no, yeah, when there were elders and we had Levitt Park, this room was filled because they had words to say about it, and my goodness, look at all of that.
I got through a year with Zoom, and I know that in person it's much more effective than.
It is. Thank you. Appreciate that. Any other comments? From anybody? Sorry, it's so quick. Any motions to adjourn?
Make a
Motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion to adjourn.
Excellent. Thank you.